All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Just want to do a quick video on this fight. Oleksandr Usyk recently relinquished his WBA cruiserweight title. All right, so he's moving into heavyweight. We don't want to hold the titles hostage. He did what he did. He became undisputed. There's no denying that he's the best fighter at cruiserweight. So shout out to him. He did his thing. And plus, he won the tournament. I think winning a tournament is the bigger deal because all of the best fighters was in that tournament, And for him to win that really proves he really solidified himself by winning that title. So Carlos Takam is the name that is, I guess he's in front line to be the first guy to fight at heavyweight. And I approve it. I think Carlos Takam is the proper introduction for someone moving up, with someone on his Usyk's caliber of fighter to move up and fight at heavyweight. Okay, Carlos Takam has been in there with Joseph Parker, Tony Thompson, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Povetkin. He recently got knocked out by Derek Chisora, which was kind of surprising because I thought Takam was winning that fight, and then he just got caught and got knocked out. All right, so I'm cool with the fight. I mean, what I want to see is Usyk is a very experienced guy. It's not like, I know he doesn't have that many professional fights, but, he's one of these guys that was an amateur for years. And then he did fight in that boxing super series when he was still amateur, which is like, like an elite amateur, all those guys that were fighting in those tournaments, in those competitions are like elite fighters today, professional fighters. Okay, they're fighting at championship level guys. So I seen his fight. One of the first fights I seen of Usyk was against Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce was still then much bigger at that time, and Usyk did very well and won that fight against Joe Joyce. So if you want to see him fight at heavyweight, a much bigger guy, you should go back and watch that fight because Joe Joyce as a heavyweight today is beating a lot of guys down. Everybody he's fought so far, he's beating them down. And, he's not going to be too far away from possibly fighting for a title soon. I actually did a video about him recently. So, Usyk, what I want to see here is he going to really bulk up? Is he going to bulk up a little bit? Is he going to have his power? Is his power going to carry over to heavyweight? He's never been a one-punch knockout guy anyway. We know he knocked out Tony Bellew. But for the most part, he likes to work and outpoint his opponents. If the knockout is there, he'll go for it. But he's not like just one-punch knockout guy or knockout artist or anything like that. All right. Being the fact that he's moving up in weight, though, I don't think he should bulk up too much. You want to keep that speed. You want to keep that conditioning. You want to have a high volume. You want to be able to outpoint your fighters, because at the end of the day, no matter how many pounds you put on, you're still a small guy in the heavyweight division. For a guy that moves a lot of lateral movement, a lot of bouncing around, a lot of feints. He does a lot of stuff in there. Very active in the ring. You don't want to really try to bulk up too much because you want to be able to outpoint these bigger heavyweights that's up there. He's a tall guy. I should have checked his height. I want to guess that Usyk is around, 6'3", 6'4". Okay, but you got guys like Fury, Joshua, Wilder, Joe Joyce, all of these guys that are going to be far bigger than you. You might as well just outskill them. You have the talent. There's no denying that you have the skills. Usyk definitely has proven that he has the skills. You're not going to beat these guys by strength. It's not going to happen. So I expect him to do well against Takam. I mean, Takam is dangerous. You know, he is a bigger guy. Um, but not by height. I don't believe Takam is. Maybe they're around that same height, you know, or maybe he's one's barely taller than the other. But you know, Takam is a thicker guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a big guy, and you know, he could box. He could box pretty well. So I think it's a proper introduction. You know, Takam could pressure you. He is very active as well. He always threw a lot of punches against his opponents. You know, he's pretty active in there. You know, except for a couple of fights. I know when he fought Joshua, he really wasn't throwing too much because he was so fearful of getting hurt. Fighting Joshua, a bigger, stronger guy. But I think it's a good test, you know, and expect Usyk to pull that one off. How is he going to do it? Is he going to outpoint him, or is he going to stop Takam? Takam is definitely stoppable. We've seen Povetkin knock him out. We see Derek Chisora knock him out. But these guys are much bigger. They probably punch a lot harder than Usyk. I don't know where the fight is going to go, but I definitely pick Usyk to win if Takam is going to be his first opponent. And it's a respectable, like I said, it's a respectable opponent. Some of the guys at heavyweight has still not even fought guys like a Takam up there, and there are top fighters up there. You know, Gerald Miller, for example, is fighting Anthony Joshua. The guys that Gerald Miller beat, you can make the argument that none of them are better than Carlos Takam. Okay, so I mean, I'm just saying it's debatable. You know, so for him to step up, I think it's good that he's fighting Takam. If he does beat Takam, I think he should take another fight against another solid heavyweight, a top 10-ish, top 15-ish, you know, around that ballpark heavyweight, you know, before taking on a champion. You know, I mean, unless the opportunity is right there, he's not far from a heavyweight title shot, though. You know, being that he held the titles at a lower division and moved up, I'm pretty sure he could get a title shot pretty quickly. You know, I don't know if it's going to be against Wilder. I don't know if it's going to be against Anthony Joshua. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to leave it at that. All right, let me know what you guys think, and make sure you guys hit subscribe. Peace.